Hello everybody. I'm sure you remember this computer from different videos. This is the now retired dusty desktop that's been hit by lightning and surged and given me all the problems. It's replaced. It's replaced. We down in the shop here we have the pink computer hooked up, and a lot of people were asking me, why didn't you put the pink computer in? Well, plain and simple, this uses the parallel ATA IDE hard drive, and the biggest one I have is 40 gigabytes, so that wasn't going to happen. But we have this desktop here. It hasn't been open in, I believe, 3 years. Hopefully my friend and your friend, the 200 watt light bulb there, will provide enough light. And just to give you an idea of how long I've had this case, look at the screw holes here. I had 1/4 inch bolts. Slide this over here so you can take a look. Yeah, I had 1/4 inch bolts. Changed the original power supply. I believe this is the third one that was in the case. It lasted the longest. It was pretty much my fault because I was doing video capturing and burning DVDs using more power than the power supply had, and I burned them up. But this one here lasted. I'm still not sure it's bad. Take a look down here. This is an MSI motherboard. The only thing that went wrong with it was the onboard not working. That was it. Has plenty of open this up here. Have plenty of USB ports, but I broke the ones on the front after so many years. I think this case is 10 years old. I just kept putting parts in it, which is fine. So let's take a look inside here. Yeah, that fan there, that dusty fan there, well, not bad for, let's take a look here. April 21st, 2010, I installed that fan, the side fan, the CPU fan, which I'll show you, the power supply, and I oiled the rest of these. Now, anybody that knows me knows that when I put a case together, I use sleeve bearing fans. For the simple fact that they have a rubber plug, they last longer, so it seems. But if they need oil, you just lift the sticker, take the little oil plug out, put a couple drops on the bearing, put it back in, and you have fans like these fans here. Take a look at that fan there. Quite dusty. That fan had been in service for over 12 years. That came with the case. And all I would do is oil it and clean it. Like I said, in the past year or so, past 3 years, well, since it stayed here, 2010, yeah, 2013, it's been 3 years since this case was opened. Now, surprisingly, if you take a look at my rigged cooler, this is a Pentium 4 3 gigahertz Hyperthread. The original fan that was on here was the one that kind of offset, and I had the 4 screws. It went bad within a week. So what I did is I took a high-speed sleeve bearing fan here, which still works. All these fans work unless you drop them. But if you look closely, after all those years, let's zoom in a little bit. You look at them fins. Except for that little spot right there. This heatsink's clear. All of them are. The only major dirt is right here on the bottom of the case, which sat on the floor. And even this isn't too bad. At least I don't think. I've seen worse. Those are the failing hard drives. That's 500, and that's a 250 Western Digital. But no, this computer worked out good, and I figured I'd show you what the inside looks like after 3 years non-stop running. I mean, I apologize for the light there. I mean, there is some dust buildup, but I mean, it worked. The only thing I'm going to do is take a further look into here and see which. Oh, we got a bulging capacitor right there. It's bulging a little bit. It's not real bad. It's just extra fan plugs. The only thing running IDE is the burners and a floppy drive in there. Dual cooling fans in the front, dual in the back, side, CPU, and 2 in the power supply. Most of the dirt, accumulated here in the bottom.